multinational enterprises which operate in the international markets, they usually have to deal with two kinds of competitive pressures. As we can see in this diagram to the left, the pressures for cost reduction and the pressures for local responsiveness. By cost reduction, it means that the companies will have to reduce their production cost in order to remain competitive over its rivals. By local responsiveness, it means that the companies have to adapt to different national markets worldwide and meet the requirements of diversified consumer needs. To deal with these two kinds of pressures, multinational enterprises can adopt four basic strategies, as shown in this diagram, namely a global standardization strategy, transnational strategy, international strategy, and localization strategy. Here, we'll use the second one, transnational strategy, as the example. Transnational strategy is located in the area where both pressures are high. As you can see, that means the company does not only has to reduce their cost, but also make adaptations to different markets. So how do enterprises reduce cost? Through three steps generally. So the first one is location economy. Location economy, you can concentrate your production activities in one location where your production cost is the lowest, such as it has the cheapest labor or raw materials. So by focusing all your production in this specific location, you can significantly reduce your production cost. That's the first step you can adopt. And the second one is economy of scale. Economy of scale, by economy of scale, it means that the cost reduction can be realized by producing more products. So the more you produce, the lower cost for each single product. And that way you can also reduce your cost. Okay, the third step is experience effects. Experience effects is so the more experience you get about your production process, your techniques, your skills, so the more efficient you can get. By increasing your efficiency, you can produce more products within a specific time period, and thus reducing your cost. But we now know that the companies who follow a transnational strategy are also faced with high pressure for for local responsiveness. So that means consumer needs can be significantly different. For example, if you sell your products in China, in Europe, and in America, your customers will have different tastes and preferences. They like different things. So in order to meet their needs, you have to change your product offerings. That is differentiation. To differentiate your products across different markets. You offer different products to different consumers in order to make them satisfied, so that your products can sell well. Okay, so we'll use the automobile industry as an example to show how this transnational strategy can be carried out. Oh. Okay. Okay, for automobiles industry, the customers can be diversified across the world. For example, the consumers in Europe will like cars with low oil consumption, more oil saving, more economical, more suitable for their family, while the American consumers would prefer, speed, the external look of the car, so the final version of your car should look different in different markets. right? But there are some things that are the same, such as the vehicle, platform, the base of the car, as shown in this picture, and the parts and components, such as the bearings, screws, and other smaller pieces. So we can produce these common parts as much as we can to realize economies of scale. The first step. And the second option is that, so the more we produce, the lower cost for each single product. This is the first step. And the second one is we can also focus our production in the low-cost countries, such as in the Southeast Asia, where the labor and raw materials are the cheapest. So that way we can minimize our production cost. But we know that the car that finally reach our customers should look different. How can we make that happen? In the assembling process. For example, we can set up assembly operations in major markets, such as in Europe, in North America, and in Asia. The assembly center in Europe can equip the car with smaller engines, which saves gas, better interior designs, such as leather seats, decent sound systems, to meet the high quality requirements of the European customers. And seemingly, on the contrary, our assembly center in North America, however, can equip the car with more powerful engines, which brings faster speed. And we can also use more bright colors for exterior design to make it look attractive to the American customers. That's how we can both cut our cost and respond to different markets. And that's how we can make this strategy work. Okay, so much for the demo. Thanks all for watching.